Hey friends, it is seed starting day. We are in week 8. This week I'm going to plant some zinnia, but first I'm going to take some time and clean up all of my seedlings and kind of put them in order. So things that are growing slow, put them in the same tray. Right now I've got some things like my eucalyptus that's growing slow. It's very low to the ground, but it's next to those scabiosas, which are like this high. So they're losing light from that scabiosa that's competing next to them. So I'm gonna smooth them over into trays. That's not the right word. I'm gonna put them into trays where they're in things with similar heights, similar growing times. So maybe that way that they will get a little better light and water and won't be competing with these other plants. So that's step 1 today. Okay, we're a little bit better organized, so I'm just going to do a quick show of how I did this. Pretty much I've got lights. These ones are set up higher with a lower table. That's the higher light with a little bit higher table. This one's right here. It's actually above these guys. I will drop that down once they start to poke through and germinate. And then I've got these lights up here that are closer that I can keep very close to plants. And what I'm doing is I'm putting the things that I'm going to harden off right underneath here first. So these are things that are big, that don't have as high a light requirements, that I've got them over on this end of the room because that's my egress window. It's a little cooler over here. So my celery, which is really big, the mustards and cabbages, brassicas, the pansies. Right here I've got some lettuces, borage, and kales. This kind of stuff. And then on the end over there, I have got some hollyhocks, some scabiosa, and some marigolds. And it looks like a little bit of calendula. Those things over there are all in an appropriate size container. They are strong enough that they do not need to be coddled quite as much as a smaller seedling yet. And I want them to get used to not having a light directly on top of them all the time. That way, when I go to harden them off, they're already a little bit used to that. Does that make sense? Just because Michigan can be very abrupt climate changes, so if I can do something in the middle to help ease that transition, I will. This up here is my lemon tree. She is looking sad, sad, sad. She was dormant for most of the winter, but she kind of came to life and dropped a whole bunch of leaves. So I have her down here now in the heat, and I have her with a light on her and watered her pretty good. And we're going to see what happens with her. She is 2 years old. This will be my 3rd summer putting her out, so she's 2, yeah. And then I have 2 trays right here. As I went through, I identified anything that needed to be up potted. So right now, these look so sad. It's because there's 3 or 4 of them in a pot. So they need their own cells. These are all, you can see there's tons and tons in here. So these are all, these 2 trays are trays that this week I want to up pot. I might work on some today. We'll see how my time goes. But these I kept together so that I know that's what I want to work on. Also, as I went through these, any empty cells I had, things that didn't germinate, I went ahead and cleaned those out. So I did get rid of some things. These are all the peppers we planted last week. And I did put a video up where I said something germinated, and it ended up being a stray flower seed. So it's no good, but I did have one germinate. Look right there. That's a notapeno coming up. And I thought I saw one that was popped up. Maybe I'm losing my mind. I don't know. I can't find it now. The minute I stop looking for it on this camera, I'm going to find it. Oh, no, it's right here. It's a jalapeno. So we are just starting to get germination on those, which is fantastic. Over here, I put things that are smaller, lower down, more immature, and need that light a little bit more. So I moved there's basils, I got herbs here. These appear to be mostly flowers that are small still. Same thing over here. Herbs, mostly herbs. Those ground cherries. Someone told me they take a really long time. I'm gonna give them a little bit longer to go. We'll see if those ever happen. Down here, I have got these bigger containers that have a whole bunch of things scatter sown that are low and slow. Herbs right here and flowers. And then my onions are still in their bucket. And then down here, under the blue lights, blue-red lights, I don't know the real name of those. These are the things I was supposed to winter sow, and I let germinate in my house. Lettuce and calendula, and they're hanging out down there. So, ooh, Jack Frost, I am sorry. You may not go up there. I know. But you eat things now. So now that this is all organized, I'm going to go ahead and get my zinnia seeds out and plant some zinnias. Okay, on the calendar, we're looking at week 8. I did hot peppers already. I moved head lettuce down a week. I'm going to move that down one more week. I have got some head lettuce that is doing well. I'm not quite ready for another succession yet. Asters, zinnia, and straw flower I'm supposed to do this week. So I'm going to do the zinnia and some of the asters and some of the straw flowers, and I might do some more this week. Next week too. All right, let's look and see which varieties I picked to do. Okay, these are the varieties I've decided to plant today. I have a container, let me find it here, right here, ready to go. I'm using these larger 4-inch containers, and I'm going to sow one container with multiple seeds of the same variety. So I've got 18 different cups in here, and then I can do 2 more in another container that I have. So I can do 20 altogether. So I've gone through the asters and the zinnias, and here's the zinnias I've decided to do. I've decided to do all 6 colors that I have of the Benaries, which is no surprise to anyone. The Benary colored zinnias are very tall. They have very long stems. They have a really nice vase life. So they really, really work well. I'm also going to do all 3 of the Queen series, the Queen Lime Red, the Queen Lime Orange, and Queenie Lemon Peach, which is new this year to me. I just like them all so much. I'm just going to go ahead and do them. I'm going to do this Profusion Double Salmon. This one is one of the smaller ones. It's got a double head. It's very pretty. A viewer asked me to try the Scabiosa mix, so I'm going to do those. Cactus mix I'm going to do again. This is a tall one. And then instead of the Polar Bear White, I'm going to do this light-colored Isabellina that I got from M.I. Gardner this year. I have not tried this at all. And then the last 2 I'm going to do is this Dahlia mix and Northern Lights, both of which I have not tried before. So these are the zinnias I'm going to start. And then I am going to start 3 asters. The Salmon Janina, which is the beautiful, gorgeous, peachy pink one that I did last year. I loved it. It was my favorite thing to bloom. These bloom later in the summer, more toward August, and they go into fall. The Aster Violet, I got one that's just a pure bright violet. I thought that would be pretty. And this Aster Camois, and I think I don't know how to say this word, friends. I should have looked that up before I did this. But this one is a beautiful peachy color. So I thought this pinky peach with a straight peach and this purple would be really pretty fall bouquets. So that's why I'm going to do that. I'm also going to go do some straw flowers, but I have not made my way to the seed dresser yet. Okay, so I'm just going to put these in here. I hope you can hear me. I have a furnace duct in here that just went in. I'm going to put my asters all on the end over here. 1, 2, 3. My Benary colors. Northern Lights. Dahlias. Isabellina, all 3 new to me this year. Cactus I've done. This Scabiosa one is new to me, and I've done this Double Salmon. And then the Queenie Lime series, which the Queenie Lemon is brand new to me, but I did orange and red last year, and this Queenie Lime Red was one of my favorites. So now I'm going to go ahead and plant these seeds. So there we go. This is my tray of zinnias and a couple asters on the end. Now asters are perennial in my zone, so I don't plant as many of these. Zinnias are not, they're an annual. So every year I do have to restart my zinnias, but these asters will just join my collection of asters around the yard. Okay, that's it for week number 8. 8, yep. Next week I'm going to be planting just a couple random flowers, a whole bunch of cosmos, alyssum, bachelor buttons, things like that. I'm gonna get those started, and then I'm also gonna start pulling all the tomato seeds out. So maybe one day next week we'll go through and look at all the tomato varieties and pick some of those so I can make some decisions so that the first week of March I can start my tomatoes. All right, I hope you guys all have a great day. See you next time.